What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com, creator of the Outright Bar, as well as partner in the Ambrosia Collective and 015 Nutrition. Guys, I actually posted a before and after this morning. I didn't expect to find this, right? I was on my Facebook memories and I saw it. It was from 2013 in April, right before I won the NPC Virginia Max Muscle, and then went on to earn my pro card in NABA a couple weeks later. It wasn't that far, I don't remember. But anyway, a month later, April, I did the NPC show, and May, I did I earned my pro card or something like that. Anyway, so I looked at it and I'm like, whoa, wait, I just did the same pose the other day. And I swear I look better, but I thought for sure in 2013, it was my best look I'd ever achieve in my life because I never wanted to feel that bad. I was on drugs that made me feel terrible. I was doing tons of cardio. I believe tons for me is like 45 minutes a day. I was eating next to nothing for me. I just felt terrible. My marriage was suffering. My kids were suffering because I didn't have much energy. I couldn't play with them enough. I was essentially a piece of shit. And so, long story short, 2013, I might have looked pretty okay. I still had my hernia right above the belly button. You can see that transformation. I have some new scars from where I had my abdominal muscles repaired from the diastasis. I had diastasis issue, similar to what Phil Heath had. And I looked at it, and I'm about 20 pounds heavier in the new picture. I'm about 226, 227 right now. And wow, I didn't realize how awesome it was till I actually had some of my IFBB pro, high-level pro friends go, wow, that is one hell of a transformation. And I thought I looked pretty damn good in 2013 for me. I'm not saying I looked as good as those high-level pros I'm talking about. Then I realized I did something special. I also had a couple of questions. What have I done in that 2013 to 2021, in that 8-year span to make those gains? And I'm going to tell you everything right now. I'm going to tell you about the drugs I took, steroid cycles. I'm going to tell you what I ate, and I'm going to tell you the training that I did to get into that kind of shape. But first, I need you to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and be sure to comment down below. I love talking to y'all. I answer all the comments. The bad ones, I usually just delete. Anyway, check it out. Be real quick. I'm going to take a sip of this Ambrosia Planta with blueberry shake. The chocolate caramel candy bar. Delicious. C.T. Fletcher's signature flavor mixed with frozen blueberries. That's it, and water. So check it out. So let's start with what you guys want to hear about drugs. Start with the drugs. As you guys know, I'm not a fake natty. I'm not a natty at all. However, most of my life I have been on HRT or TRT. I've only taken it to the limit a couple times, this being one of them, okay? So in that picture in 2013, I was on Trenbolone, Masteron, I was on testosterone, and to my recollection, that was pretty much it. I believe towards the end of my prep, I threw in some Winstrol. And I believe the last 3 weeks I threw in Halo test, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this is my recollection, and I felt so bad that I might have forgotten. I didn't take notes or anything because I was just going by what I was doing, right? Had some advisors in the background telling me how to do it, and some people more versed in drug use. I wasn't versed in anything but, the standard stuff, right? So I believe my dosing was 100 milligrams test, 100 milligrams is testosterone, the fast one, propionate. Then I had Masteron and Trenbolone, and I would take those every other day. The last 3 weeks, I would take that every day, 100 milligrams of each. Now, I did that. In the last 3 weeks, the Halo testing was 10 milligrams week 1, 20 milligrams week 2, 30 milligrams week 3. Winstrol was oral, 50 milligrams per day. And I believe that was the major. There might have been some ancillaries like antiestrogens. I believe I was on Arimidex, 1 milligram every other day or something like that. But I was on a good amount of drugs. I did that for, I believe, 8 to 10 weeks. And I did that leading into this show, this picture, which is NPC show. And I kept it going. So it was 8 weeks and it was a total of 12 weeks. So this was probably about 6 weeks into this drug cycle. And I felt bad. I was sweating. I couldn't sleep. My stomach was uneasy. I had, just not anger issues, but I had mood swings. I was either happy or sad. I was just an absolute mess. And I hated myself for doing it. But I set a goal, I started doing it, and I continued doing it. So after this cycle, I never went on a cycle like that again, ever. Never touched Trenbolone again. So in those years, after these shows, I got off. Not that I was on for a long time, but I was on for like 8 to 12 weeks, right? 12 weeks, let's say. And between the years of this would be May of 2013 till now, I've been on just hormone replacement therapy. I know that's hard to believe because I gained 20 pounds of lean mass just on HRT from a guy using drugs, right? Now, in my HRT, what it usually is, it can vary, is I will have around 150 to 200 milligrams of testosterone per week. Every 5 days a week, I take 2 IUs of HGH. I take metformin, 500 milligrams twice a day, and I take Armour Thyroid, 60 milligrams, 1 time per day in the morning upon waking. I take a Arimidex once in a while if I feel like I'm getting some estrogenic sides. Normally don't happen, and I will take that maybe twice a week. And that's it. Now, during this, my doctor has prescribed Anadrol. He has prescribed, and we can argue about what's HRT and what's not. I'm just being real with y'all. Whether it's legal or not the point of this video. Point of this video is telling you what I did to get what I had, being completely honest. I did a couple Anadrol a couple times, Winstrol a couple times, Anavar a couple times. Every time I do it, it makes me feel tired. And my good friend Alex Kickle, who's a great contest prep coach, he actually told me that some people just get tired from it. I get extremely lethargic anytime I take any oral steroid, which is why you're not going to see me taking them ever again. I just can't afford that energy drain, and I don't need it. So right now, this day, for the past, I believe, 7-8 months, I'm taking exactly this: testosterone, Cypionate, prescribed by my doctor. I'll link it down below, Hormone Health and Wellness, 200 milligrams every week, okay? 1 cc a week. Then I take HGH. I take that nightly, okay? I take 2 IUs 5 times a week, and I take the weekends off, or if I travel, I'll take those days off. Metformin, 1 gram total a day, split in 2 doses, and the Armour Thyroid, 60 milligrams a day, taken in the morning. That's all I take. That's all I'm going to take. No need to go up. My levels are optimized. I feel great. I've never felt better. So that's my drugs. That's 100% honest, man. No need for me to say anything otherwise. But again, I will state emphatically, I do not go off the script. Literally, I do not go off the HRT script. I mentioned this in my Instagram post. If you don't follow my Instagram, it's at Marc Lobliner. Is that what I attribute these gains to is the 8 years of work. I didn't stop lifting. I took a couple years where I focused more on boxing, but I still lifted 3 days a week. Right now, I'm boxing more. I still lift 3 to 4 days a week. I just do boxing 3 days a week, right? So I'm still lifting hard. I'm lifting heavy. And right now, I've done a video on it. I do a push-pull leg split, and I really enjoy it. Now, with that being said, that's the drugs. Training. I wish I could give you a magical split and sell you the book, but I don't have one. I've written in the time between 2013 and 2021, probably 20 different training articles, including the one, New Shredded Normal, that I launched at the beginning of this year. I've written multiple workouts for my clients who I train. Again, if you want to hire me as a coach, it's at Marc Lobliner. It's at marclobliner.com. marclobliner.com is my website. So as far as training goes, it's been all over the place. I've gone 1 set to failure. I've gone 5 days a week bro split. I've gone 7 days a week bro split. I've gone 3 days a week with 4 days a week boxing, 4 days a week with 3 days a week boxing. I've gone upper, lower. I've gone full body. You get the point. Push, pull legs is what I'm doing now. The bottom line is every time I train my balls off. My atrophied, HRT-induced balls. I train hard AF. When I go to the gym, I train like it's my last training session. So there is no best training method. What I do is if I get tired of a training method, I simply switch. Or if I feel like doing something, I do it. If I want to box more, I box more. But when I train hard. And that's what you need to do. You also got to pay attention to recovery. If you feel like you're pushing too far and your results are going down, again, scale back a little. Allow your body to recover. Maybe take a couple extra off days. Maybe take some active recovery days. Go on a hike, go on a walk, do something different. Okay, now we're done with training. That's training. The bottom line is train hard. It's really cliche. It's really bullshit, but that's the truth. That's the answer. I didn't have one specific training program. I did different things. I trained with different people. I trained with Kai Green. I trained with Phil Heath. I trained with John Meadows. I trained with Brandon Curry. And every time I got done training with them, I'd switch it up because I'd learn new things. I kept an open mind, and that's why I still, to this day, love training. Diet. This is the one that's been pretty consistent. Okay, while I don't measure my macros anymore, I eat protein, I eat carbs, and I eat fat. I eat healthy foods as healthy as possible. The biggest change I've had since 2018 is I eat a lot of outright bars. Okay, I eat probably 6 outright bars a day because I'm extremely busy and they fit what I need in a protein bar. You have anywhere between 20 and 30 grams of carbohydrate. You have anywhere between 10 and 15 grams of fat, and you have anywhere between 15 and 22 grams of protein. It's the perfect food. It's the perfect food bar for me. It fits what I need. Now, my diet's pretty simple. Every morning up until recently, and I'll change it up, I usually have 2 whole eggs and toast. Well, that's all you eat? Well, that's not the only thing I eat all day. But I go by how I feel. Generally speaking, I eat a balanced diet. I eat 1 to 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I eat around 100 to 200 grams of fat because I love getting my protein from beautiful food that isn't chicken. Chicken's just kind of a bullshit bird. It's really just kind of blah. It's not like manly food. You know what I mean? Like I eat a lot of steak. I eat a lot of salmon. I make burger patties and I eat those. What I'll do is I'll take some, I go to Costco, has the Wagyu beef. It's delicious. We'll get the really good grass-fed beef from Aldi for like $5.49 a pound. I'm cheap as hell, guys. Y'all don't know. I eat in a lot. When I travel, I usually have 1 to 2 meals a day. And it'll usually be Chipotle because I can get veggies and meat and the steak. And I eat cheap. And I'll be rolling with outright bars and MTS Whey. I eat a lot of MTS Whey, okay? This is Planta. Let me tell you how many scoops a day. Generally speaking, I'll have, this is going to be, there's a lot of powder going on in my life, guys. I own multiple supplement companies. So generally speaking, I'll have around 6 scoops of MTS Whey per day. 6 scoops, right? I have around 2 scoops of Ambrosia Planta. I usually have that in a shake. The whey I make into a sludge. If you don't know that, search MTS Whey Sludge on YouTube. And post-workout, I'll have 2 scoops of 015 Nutrition Big Hydro. It's amazing. I get the red velvet. We also have a fruit cereal. But that's why I eat a lot of powders, a lot of bars. But the food I do eat is going to be grass-fed beef, is going to be Wagyu beef, is going to be wild-caught salmon, and if I'm traveling, a lot of Moe's, a lot of Qdoba, and a lot of Chipotle. And I do have a favorite place in town. It's called Cava, C-A-V-A. There's one in the Green Hills Mall in Nashville, and I try to go there at least twice a week. Amazing. The finest food. Finest. And it's like a Chipotle for rich people. Hence why it's in the Green Hills Mall. That's a rich-ass mall. So as far as cardio is concerned, let's go into all of this. I do a lot of cardio. My wife and I go on a walk for about 30 to 50 minutes every morning. One of the main reasons we moved to Tennessee is to enjoy the outdoor weather year-round. We go on long hikes on non-soccer days where we will go on like a 1 to 2 hour hike in the mountains that are near our house. And also, I box 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes 2. And boxing is an hour and a half of HIIT cardio. Warm up for about a half hour with jump rope, shadow boxing, and other drills. And then an hour of hitting the bags and hitting the pads and hitting the mitts and even potential sparring. So I'm in great cardiovascular shape. So that's what I've done. And I'd like to also say the most important part, the most important thing I've done in those 8 years is I fixed me. I fixed me mentally, I fixed me spiritually, and I fixed me as a human being. Okay, obviously I didn't fix it myself. I fixed my part in our marriage. We have a great marriage now. So having a beautiful, healthy relationship and having the stressors of having a bad relationship out of your life, that's worth a lot. I also am very active with my kids. I just accepted a nice coaching job at a local high school so I can be with my kids more. I'm helping out coaching my kids' club soccer. Now, coaching's what I do. I'm licensed. I got all my stuff going on, so I can give back to my community and also spend more time with my kids by coaching more. But I guarantee you guys can do that too. And another thing is I need you to do self-reflection, man. I need you to reflect on yourself and look at how you can stop being as much of an asshole as you are, because that's what I had to do. You know, for my wife and I, it took counseling. And that's why I recommend that if you need to go to counseling to get rid of your inner demons, you'll look better on the outside too. So again, the better the inside, the better you are up here, the better you're going to look out here. And also being good out here is going to help you up here. So it all plays a role, guys. Everything plays a role. So I want you guys to do this. I want you to exercise hard. I want you to eat healthy. And I want you to focus on developing your mind and basically owning up to everything you've done that has affected you negatively and working towards fixing that. I want you to stay healthy. And overall, I'm going to say this every single video, I need you to unfat yourself. I need you, if you are obese, I need you to not get obese. I need you to get unobese. If you are not obese, I need you to stay that way. Because the one way to remain healthy, fight off viruses, and be the best you can be is to be healthy. And being healthy is getting rid of the number one comorbidity in this country, in this world, and that's obesity. I appreciate you guys watching this. I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want you to like this video. I appreciate everything. If you have supplement needs, I want you to go to tigerfitness.com. Everything, including ambrosia planta, that is in this blue, orange, purple, colorblind cup. Enjoy. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game. Man, I love me some chocolate chip cookies and milk. Oh, it's eating chocolate chip cookies and milk. Chocolate chip cookie MTS way. Made with real cookie bits. Delicious.